Welcome back to the Stache Club Wrestling Podcast. April is almost over. My name is John.
My name is Dante.
Can't believe I looked at the date. I was doing the thing with the thing, and April's almost over, huh? Last week of April,
flying by. We're getting closer and closer to that summer weather, that warmer weather. It's beautiful out today. So
it's been beautiful all week. Is it officially spring yet? Has it been spring? I don't
know.
know.
I think. That's a good question. It might be. I think summer begins in June. So
You're right.
So maybe it is spring.
You're right.
Put in the comments.
Happy
is it
spring.
or not? Yeah, happy spring or still happy winter. Who knows?
We got a lot of stuff to go over. We have the state of the predictions championship to go over.
Yes.
We got our match video coming up. We got a bunch of stuff from AEW we're gonna start out with, and we got a bunch of highlights from Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, I want to start out with our. I just said our video is out. Our wrestling match, our debut wrestling match video is out. If you haven't seen that, go check it out, please, and thank you.
John did a fantastic job with the editing and putting it together. It came out amazing, and the reception has been amazing as well. For everyone that's seen it, comments and stuff, thank you.
Shout out my guy Spencer for filming it.
Yes,
He did a really good job. He killed it. We got a bunch of pictures from it from Ben and what's their at Roman Empire 92. That's where all the photos are coming from. Yeah, the reception's really cool. I think a lot of people. I think there's a mix of those that listen to the pod are watching everything, have seen the training or whatever.
Right.
But I think there's a lot of people that didn't see the training or skipped over the other two.
Sure.
And just saw this. 'Cause there's a lot of comments like, what the hell? Like, what the, yeah.
When did you guys start doing this?
Yeah, people are being really cool, especially for, the level we were at. People are like, wow, it's pretty
for our
pretty
limited
good,
amount of training and stuff like that. Yeah, man, it's been really cool. Like you said, the reception's been great. The feedback, people seeing all the nice comments, and it's also super cool seeing people like I've been following you from here and stuff, and like to see your progression to where you are now. I saw you post the picture of our first theme song video thumbnail to now. We got in the ring and wrestled. So it's a very cool full circle moment. Obviously, glad we got to experience it together and do it together.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Definitely a memory that we will keep with us forever, for sure.
I don't know what, I do and I don't know what provoked that nostalgia. I've been following you since Lumberland. But there's a lot of it. And that's kind of what prompted me to, post a picture or whatever. Right. And that's, I'll get the date. It says 2 years. I think it's closer to 3 years.
It's got to be, yeah.
But yeah, and that's even surreal to see
people that have been with us for that
long.
On
our side, and people are just literally, people are like, why are they gain more subscribers than that?
No,
weird.
No, something's going on here.
Let's see. Let me get an exact date for this.
Exact day.
November 8th, 2021.
Wow.
So, yeah.
2.5 years, roughly? Something like that?
Yeah, right? Yeah. Okay.
Like
Feels closer to
still,
3, but yeah.
Well, that wasn't our very first wrestling video, was it?
I think it was.
Was it our first?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it was.
All right. I don't know if that was the first one that, popped off.
Because this is, remember,
because
we have the table, the set's different. So, yeah.
Wow, we've come a long way.
With the green screen.
We've come a long with that Patriots beanie and oh my God. Ooh. That whole outfit's gone now.
Yeah, all of my Lumberland shirts I dropped off to
think
Salvation Army.
I think the only one I still have is the Mustache Bros.
I have both my Mustache Bros
and
ones.
I have one that I use as a workout shirt from time to time. So it's good. It's a good fit
They're
for the
that
gym.
Material.
Yeah. But yeah. But anyways, enough about them.
Yeah. So again, if you haven't caught the video, go check it out. It's our debut wrestling match. Shout out Stan, shout out Abs, shout out Focus Pro Wrestling, shout out Fightful for posting it. That was crazy.
Super random, but shout out to Fightful. Appreciate you putting us at the top of the headline and making it the thumbnail, followed by all the actual WWE NXT AEW news. So.
It'd be it was like Stache Club Wrestling, and then next one was
Trick Williams wins.
Yeah, I was like,
what's more important? Obviously Stache Club, but no, that was really cool to see.
Well, enough of that. Enough about talking about ourselves. We have the state of the SCW Predictions Championship to go over because we just had AEW Dynasty this past Sunday.
Yes.
I was gonna run through the results, but you kind of remind me what the results were. The results kind of what am I trying to say? We're dependent on the Swerve match and the main event.
Yes.
Or I'm sorry, the Swerve match and the Danielson Ospreay match.
Right, because we had the same picks for everything else.
It turns out Will Ospreay beat Danielson. You got that right. I got that wrong. But Swerve Strickland beat Samoa Joe. I got that right. You got that wrong. And it looks like we just about tied. We had everything right. So that's a tie on the Predictions Championship. Tie goes to the runner. Tie goes to the champ.
That's right.
And I'll see you for Backlash.
When is
it's either Backlash or Double or Nothing?
Is Backlash this Saturday?
No. It's in it might not be this Saturday.
Maybe next Saturday.
May 4th. Wait a minute.
Wait.
Not this Saturday.
That's
not
next
this Saturday.
Oh, I was going to say, we got more predictions. It came up quick.
Yeah. Okay, so next week is Backlash predictions, so that's fun.
All right, stay tuned for that.
And then after that, I believe, is Double or Nothing at the end of the week.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Okay, cool. I didn't realize that.
No, that belt will be back on the line soon, so I'll be coming for it.
We gotta get
something. If anyone has a real Intercontinental Championship or something, hook your boys up.
Excuse me. Okay. Speaking of AEW Dynasty, we're actually starting with AEW this week. A lot happened. We're going to kind of start out with Dynasty, bleed into Dynamite, and then, talk about the big ending that everyone's talking about. First and foremost, Swerve Strickland is your new AEW World Champion, and then he also went on to defeat Kyle Fletcher to retain on Dynamite.
Love it.
Hell yeah.
So happy. It's about damn time. It was never a matter of if, but when. I think they pulled the trigger at the right time. Obviously, I picked Samoa Joe for the predictions. I kind of went in the fantasy route of make him, get one more loss, something, and get the big one at Double or Nothing. But the moment was awesome. So well deserved. His fit, everything about his entrance, the celebration, man. It's like,
I think I saw you repost it too, but the Kobe picture has the
dude,
title.
Some people, so it's like you either love it or hate it. Some people I hate it when they recreate the picture because it's the Kobe picture. It's iconic. Like it's a very hard picture to replicate. But like I'm a sucker for a good Kobe recreation. That picture was epic. So super happy for Swerve. Very well deserved, and I can't wait to see what he does with the belt. I really can't wait to see what he does.
I mean, inevitable is the Hangman feud for the title.
It's got to happen.
I hope they don't, because, I don't know. I mean, Swerve might beat Hangman, finish that feud like that, but I don't think that should be the first
lead up
from the get-go,
to it a little bit.
Yeah. Congratulations, Swerve. Love that. I was hyped. Well deserved.
Already defended the belt on Wednesday.
I know.
Fighting champion.
I love that. I hope he has a really long run. I mean, imagine the world title matches we can get here. It's just
a long list of fantasy dream matches. I think he's gonna be an incredible champ. Going off of all the other AEW champs that came before him. Hoping that we see a reign similar, like a Kenny Omega, as far as lengthwise and stuff. MJF had it for about a year. Kenny Omega had it for a while. Hopefully he doesn't have it for just a little bit. I want him to have a good solid reign with it, and yeah.
I think important to note too, the first African American AEW champion.
That is very true.
So that's historic.
Yeah, historic win.
Really monumental.
Yep,
that's
100%.
Awesome. And excited for the run.
We're huge Swerve fans. Like you said, it's a long time coming. So
Swerve.
So very excited to see what he does next.
Speaking of fantasy matches, Will Ospreay defeats Bryan Danielson in what some are claiming.
A lot are claiming.
One of the greatest matches ever, maybe the greatest match of the decade. Some are saying greatest match of all time. Wow.
It takes a lot for people to say that. So
no, it doesn't.
All right. Listen, I know we have a wrestling podcast and stuff. I'm just going to say it right now. So if you want to kill me in the comments, do what you got to do. I haven't seen the match yet. I am going to get to the match. Listen, I didn't buy the pay-per-view or anything like that. I caught up. I didn't stream it, so Clutch Points wasn't paying for it. Fair. I saw most of the Swerve Joe match because sometimes on Twitter, people get away with posting full matches and stuff. I came across a Danielson Ospreay one, got taken down like that. So
that makes sense.
Didn't get to see that one. I will find a way to watch, though, because I do need to see what the hype's about. I did see highlights and stuff, but I do want to watch the full length match.
It's great. I think absolutely match of the year contender, if not the runaway. I mean, it's only April, but like so far, runaway.
Do you think it was better than the Ospreay Omega match at Forbidden Door? Because that's what people claim and say is one of the greatest matches, at least in AEW history. Got like 6. I know ratings, people don't care about that, but like 6-star rating and stuff. Where would you compare it to that?
I'd honestly, not to give you a cop-out answer, I'd have to probably revisit Hangman Omega, and I also think Ospreay and Danielson is still so new.
Sure,
but I think give it some time. I'd definitely like to kind of look at that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't now. Hey, and crucify me. I'm not ready to jump. I think it was fantastic. It's one of the best matches I've ever seen.
Sure.
I can absolutely say that. I'm not ready to, if I think it's too new.
Yeah.
If it eventually earns that greatest match of, whatever level we're talking about. People are saying all time. People are saying past decade.
Right.
I think it can earn that. I don't want to jump the gun.
You just gotta let it marinate.
I don't want to jump the gun.
Gotta let it sit. Gotta let it marinate. Kind of like you said, revisit some old matches, see how see how it ages this match and stuff, and then you can make the judgment. But initial reaction, I mean, it was again
unreal
for someone that didn't see it and just seeing everyone saying that. I was like, "Fuck,
Did you see crazy." You see the ending at all?
Was it Danielson got dropped on his head or something like that? Or he went for the knee and he got hit. What was the move that Danielson got hurt on?
So the final moments were, first of all, the last 10 minutes were like a Dragon Ball Z fight. And the two people are comparing it to the ending of Trick and Ilya, but nip that in the bud. I guess that was a callback to like their first match, or like it just happened. It was a coincidental thing. But anyway, Danielson and Ospreay are like in the corner and they're just like staring at each other and they're just like hyping each other up and they just run full fucking speed at each other. And then I think it was, which happened? I think Danielson went for the running knee and it got countered by Ospreay. And then he hit, like, it was like he got dropped on his shoulders. So it was like this, like, I don't know, I'm gonna get it wrong, but he had him upside down. He dropped him like on the back of his, more so on his shoulders. And I believe, I mean, I'm not the one to say what's a work and what's not. But he started like seizure selling in the ring. Like he looked real fucked up.
Yeah.
It seems like it's definitely a work.
Sure.
But
they sold it well. I saw backstage he was carrying him back and all that stuff, and Ospreay was like, I'm gonna retire the move and stuff like that.
Oh, because it was he also did the Hidden Blade too, which people give the Hidden Blade shit. I don't know why. I like it.
I think it's a great move if you execute it well.
I want to try to find the ending here because the ending was I'm sure look at all this copyright shit. I did see not that it means anything, but like the beginning where they were just kind of that's what it was. Okay,
that's what I saw. So that's what.
So that's like, I think that's the ending, but he also did like
something before that.
I think he did something after it.
Okay.
There's something right. I think there was. I'm not really sure.
Okay, listen, guys. I'm gonna watch the match back. Don't worry.
But like just the fucking hyping each other up, running full speed.
Whoa. That was very similar to the way to end Trick Ilya too. I get what the comparison is. Obviously, I can't say anything about whether it was a work or whether it was real or not. But if it is a work, they do a great job at selling it.
So he hits him with the Hidden Blade counter to the running knee, which looked unreal, and then picked him up.
Looked like he fucking killed him.
Yeah, unreal sell. Oh my god, he's so fucking
hyped.
And then picks him up for, not sure what this is called.
Is this the Tiger? Is that what?
Yeah. And then he just starts selling that shit.
Okay.
And obviously hope it's a work.
Right.
You don't want to see someone get hurt, but I'm not seeing too much saying otherwise, but again, we're not the journalists.
Hey, they're the professionals.
But yeah, I mean, I would say this is already going to be up there in my match of the year for sure. I fully it's not even a case where I don't understand the argument of people saying like it's one of the greatest of all time. Like I get it.
Right.
I just need a little more time with it.
Too early.
But this is like it's a very rare match where people start saying that out of the gate, and it's like, oh, you could be. Well, okay, I could say.
No, I didn't say. No one was arguing.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, 100%.
But Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it back.
Unreal. Yeah, I'm excited to hear your thoughts. I mean, also just like as like huge Ospreay guys.
Right.
I mean, and also Danielson too. You know, I've had my you know, I was never the biggest Danielson fan. I'm a Danielson supporter.
Sure.
But I was never just like a kayfabe Daniel Bryan guy. But like I've always understood and thought that he's like one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah, man, his importance to the wrestling industry is unmatched. I mean, you want to talk about one of the best technical wrestlers, not even of this generation, but of ever. I mean, you can put him in a ring with anyone.
I mean, the match was the Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. match from last year was one of my. I think that was in my top 5 of the year. I loved that match.
100%.
But yeah, I honestly want to, as you're saying, you want to watch it. I definitely want to rewatch this.
I saw a tweet, and it was like all the top AEW matches on Cage Match where fans can review whatever. I could get the number wrong, but I think Danielson had 10 of like the 20 or something like that, and Omega may have had a little bit more. And Ospreay was up there as well. But yeah, man, he's like, you can always count on him to put on a stellar match, a 5-star match. If you're looking to, put on a match of the year contender, throw him in there and you can make it happen. But yeah, man, I'm excited to watch it back. Will Ospreay, he's a star. We already know that. And this match just kind of just further proves it. So,
excuse me. The Bucks are the EVP Bucks are the new AEW Tag Team Champions, defeating FTR with some help from someone runs in the ring. They're wearing a mask. They're wearing a hood. The reveal was really cool where he's like in the corner and they take off the mask. I loved it. And a little smirk. And it's the scapegoat, Jack Perry.
He's back.
Really, really cool. And just to bleed into Dynamite, it looks like Jack Perry is part of the Elite. And right now, the current Elite looks to be the Young Bucks, Okada, Jack Perry.
Not bad.
Not bad. Let me think. What was I going to say? I kind of lost my train of thought. I don't know. It's cool. Jack, I don't want to talk about what happened at the end of Dynamite. Sure. I want to save that till we finish Dynasty. But yeah, this was cool. I think everything makes sense in story-wise. They're, not to talk about the footage again, but like they're, using the footage.
Right.
At this point, say what you will, and I'm even in agreement where, they still, maybe they didn't need to show it, say what you will about that, whatever. But regardless, the fallout from it has at least proved
it
to
led
be
to
like
something.
Exactly.
Right.
You got
it wasn't
Jack.
them just showing it, because I remember the reasoning for it was like they were saying it messed up the Bucks, like like them praying and stuff before the match,
right?
Like their preparation for that. Preparation is the word I'm looking for. So the fact that they were able to tie Jack back into this. Also, I want to say, because when he came out, I tweeted, I was like, "Oh shit, that's crazy." People are like, "Oh, that's not surprising. How'd you not see that coming?" What do you mean? What do you fucking mean? It was a shocking moment to me. I didn't expect it.
It's the same people that they go into the new Marvel movie and they read the Wikipedia page.
Yeah, listen, like I'm more.
Like, how'd you not know that Iron Man was gonna die? Spoiler of whatever that movie
LaShawn
was.
McCoy tweeted it out right days before when it happened. Like me and you, like you definitely try to stay away from like the dirt sheets.
For sure.
There are some times where I come across it and like not of like spoiler, but like this person.
Well, especially on Twitter, if you just scroll
so
and all of a
hard
sudden you see
to
like
avoid it. So like in this case, if there were stuff about Jack Perry returning, I didn't see jack shit. So
I didn't see Jack.
I didn't see Jack Perry shit. But regardless, I think it's cool that this was his introduction back in.
Yeah.
The 4-man group, I saw people were comparing it to like Evolution and WWE and stuff. Okada obviously is, he's a star. The Bucks, one of the greatest tag teams of all time, and Jack Perry, arguably one of the most talked about wrestlers in wrestling today. So the group is they put together a good group.
I guess it makes sense just to talk about it now. The ending, leading into the ending of Dynamite, where Jack is out, he's talking shit, calls out Tony Khan to come down the ring. The rest of Elite come down in the ring. Long story, or I'm sorry, before everyone comes down the ring, he reinstates Jack.
He's like, I always do what's best for business.
You know, they're like,
what's best for AEW.
And then Jack Perry stabs him in the gut with the microphone. TK takes a bump.
The best part, and not to criticize it, I think the whole moment was great, but he falls to the ground, and then 2 seconds later,
I saw
grabbing his stomach.
I saw
so
a tweet
good.
that was like he took the bump like he got knocked out, but then remembered he got stabbed in the stomach.
Yes.
And he was like, which like, hey.
Yeah, hey.
It gets confusing. As we know, it gets confusing in that ring.
There were, I don't know if I told you this. It was during our match, and I was on the apron.
Oh, it's in the video. I saw it.
Hit me, but like he actually like hit me, but like
I could tell you didn't see it coming.
No, I didn't see it coming. I was like looking like this way, and it came this way. I didn't expect it, so when he hit me, I was like, oh, and I was like, oh fuck, and I went down like a second later. People are like, did you like you didn't sell it quick enough? I was like, I get what you're saying. It seemed like that, but I genuinely got hit, and it took me a second to realize what happened. But that's what it was like to me.
I didn't honestly. I didn't know. I didn't even notice in the editing. I noticed when I watched it back after I was done editing, and I was like, I saw it, and I was because he was doing whatever to me, and he did the classic like take the guy out on the apron, whatever, and he came over to you and just hit you with a shoulder. And I didn't know that happened.
He like genuinely connected like right between my neck and like upper jaw. And after the match, he was like, "Are you good? Like I didn't mean to like hit you." I was like, "No, I'm good." I was like, "No, you got me, but I'm good."
I could tell you weren't facing the other way. I could tell you weren't expecting it, and then you did like you took the initial like genuine reaction, and then I could tell it clicked with you that like, oh yeah, wrestling match, and then you went and you like went down.
I sold the shit out of it though. I was down for a little bit.
I had a pretty since we're talking about it, there was one where he was submitting me. I think he had me in a what the fuck? I forget what it was. But I was on the ground. He had me with like my shit stretched.
Oh
whatever.
yeah, his knee was to your back. Was it?
I think it was it was a different. What the fucking? I don't know why.
Yeah, just like
some sort of clutch. So some sort of clutch thing. I forget what it's called. But anyway,
he was submitting you.
Yeah, and then he like stopped and like threw me, like, you know, like he gets up and like, you know, when the guy like, you kind of like, I'm done, and he throws you down, whatever. And he did it in a way to protect me, but I didn't know what he was doing, so he kind of like threw me down, and I like I didn't move my head, and then I also did a similar thing where I went, I did like a late sell, like a
Hey, first match, brother.
First match.
It happens. Tony Khan, first bump.
That's what I mean. I was like, I didn't know what to. I was trying to think of something to say about it. I'm just like, Tony, first bump. Like, we get it, bro.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
so
relatable.
So got stabbed in the stomach. Took some sort of a bump, and then Bucks come out. They were gonna hit him with the oh my god, I'm having a tough time today with names. What's their fucking move?
The fucking
not the Meltzer driver,
double
but
knee.
What the fuck, dude? I looked it up last night. Oh my god, this credibility's out the window.
It's early now. Come on, guys.
EVP trigger. Holy
there
shit!
It is. There
Jesus
it is. There it is.
Christ.
Come on, guys. Just cut around that.
My god.
Just cut out all the air, dead air.
And then they didn't do that. Okada kind of stops him. Long story short, they end up picking him up. They got him upside down, and they go to hit him with the Meltzer driver, which, if you remember, has been renamed to the Tony Khan driver.
Perfect. It's perfect.
They hit Tony Khan with the Tony Khan driver. He takes the fucking tombstone like a champ. He's dead, laying in the ring. I thought this was so good.
It was very good.
I don't know how you can't dislike this.
No,
I don't know how you can't like it. That's
exactly. No, I agree. I listen, a sucker for like your boss, kicking the shit out of your boss, just the storyline. I think it was, and I get it. Of like, obviously the company is still very early. It's only been 5 years, but like. You don't want to like take the limelight away. Like obviously, I don't want to call back. I don't want to talk about him. But like in WWE, like Vince McMahon was such a prominent figure of like Stone Cold, like killing, like stunning his boss, whatever, is like super relatable in that sense of like everyone wants to do that to their boss. So it's like, but here it's like. It's early on. He doesn't want to get too involved. I think we're at a point now where like, fuck it, man. I'm all for seeing Tony Khan on TV and just like getting involved, like being involved in storylines.
Like and like it's been 5 years. He did say in the past that he doesn't want to be on TV or be a TV character, but
I think this makes sense.
Times change. Things are different.
This story, I think, is the perfect time for that to happen,
especially with so much in real life. Like, you know, even with the footage and with the Punk stuff and he's been such a prominent obviously he owns the company, but he's been such a prominent face of it.
Right.
So it's like, I think if they turned everything else into a storyline, might as well have fun with it. Yeah. He took the bumps. It was funny. It was entertaining. I don't see him doing much. Like, I don't see him having as much face time as like a Vince did in the 90s.
100%. Yeah. I agree.
But I'm for it.
I'm interested to see what this leads to. Again, like the story of like the footage, makes sense why Jack comes back with the Bucks and like Tony Khan like involved in all that stuff, releasing the footage and shit. So it makes sense for him to be tied into this now, because it's like the Elite versus Tony Khan. Obviously, this story is going to build up. It's going to take some time. Maybe Tony Khan assembles his own Elite, you can say.
AEW Avenger.
Hey, it's the year of the Avengers.
Kenny Omega is set to return next week.
And they kicked him out of the Elite a few weeks ago, I believe. Right?
So I would imagine that's going to be...
He'd be the Iron Man. He'd be the Iron Man of the Avengers. Yes.
But yeah, all exciting stuff. Also, I'm curious what degree, like, is Kenny just going to come back and talk? Is he cleared? Is he good to go?
So I saw he streams and stuff. So I saw a few clips, a few quotes. Apparently he still needs surgery.
That's what I also saw. So I don't know.
I mean, maybe it's a swerve. Obviously, they say these things to try to get you to think one thing and they do another. But going off of that, assuming that is the truth, he's nowhere near being cleared. And from what we were told too, like his injuries are very severe and serious. So it probably is going to take a little bit for him to come back, if that's the case.
My guess is he's going to be there to talk and be like, what's going on and what's going on. Maybe takes a safe bump if it, is doable. Right. But like, yeah, I don't think he's gonna be back. Hey, unless it's a John Cena, what was it, 09 or whatever?
Yeah. Hey, he could have crazy healing powers, and he's put back together. But we'll see. We'll see next week.
But yeah, I guess that's a bow on that segment. I liked it.
Me too.
I think it's silly. You were saying before we recorded, I saw people saying this too, is the NFL draft.
Oh, yeah.
You said it's tonight.
It is starts tonight. Listen, they need to stick with this. They need to keep kayfabe alive. Fucking Tony Khan and his dad. Also, his dad came into the ring after the show. He was ringside the whole time, which is kind of crazy. They own the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are drafting tonight. Someone NFL writer put out an article saying Tony Khan is questionable to be there after the beating that he took at the hands of the Elite. So good. If he is going to be there, fucking sell the shit out of it. Wear a neck brace. Fucking whatever you got to do, play into it, man. You got to sell the shit out of it. I would die if I saw that. It would almost not. It would have made it worth it if he doesn't show up with the neck brace. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I'll keep my eye out for Tony tonight when I'm watching the draft.
Also, the meme of it on Twitter of him wearing a neck brace. If there's they get an image of him during the draft, he's gonna be wearing a neck brace and sunglasses, and him just sitting there like this is gonna be the funniest fucking thing.
They asked him about it. I got nothing to say.
Yeah.
I'm here for the Jaguar. I'm here so I don't get fined.
To wrap up Dynasty, Willow Nightingale is your new TBS champion.
Hell yeah.
And it looks like we're setting up Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Mone.
Yes, we are.
Mercedes Mone yet to have some AEW in-ring action. I think this match is officially set for Double or Nothing.
Yes.
Which, I guess we gotta wait another month to see Mercedes get in the ring.
I wonder if they'll have her have a few matches.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
I don't think they need to she's already been in the company for a while. She already did the big Boston debut, whatever. I don't think this is a situation where it's you wait until her first match. I think it is a big deal. Mercedes' first match. It's gonna be a big moment. I just don't think it needs to be held off for 2 months.
You can
or whatever
do that
it is,
for an episode of Dynamite.
Yeah,
she's
honestly.
making her debut main event or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw someone tweet where some people were saying Mercedes feels more of a celebrity in AEW than a wrestler because she hasn't wrestled.
Well, I guess you don't wrestle.
I get where people are coming from, but she's such a big star where I don't want to. I'm not trying to compare her to like Roman or anything like that, but like she doesn't need to necessarily be wrestling every single week. I would like it if she had a match before this championship match because I think it makes sense. Like she's just coming in getting a championship match right away. I know they have history, but I would like to see her have at least a match or two going into it just to,
I'm with you.
Just to see.
I think even too, that's even just me like selfishly being like, I want to see
Mercedes
wrestle.
Mone.
You know what I mean?
She's one of the best female wrestlers in the world. I want to see her on weekly television. Nothing wrong with that.
Our last bit of AEW news kind of transitioning into WWE, heavy rumors that Hook, his contract's coming up. Heavy rumors that Hook could be looking to part ways.
After this Sunday, I don't blame him.
Yeah, right. I didn't make note of it.
I don't blame him.
We didn't go over every beat of Dynasty, but Chris Jericho beat Hook at AEW Championship,
I
whatever.
just don't... I know Chris is the vet, and he's
the learning tree,
right? But I don't know, man. People were chanting the whole time, please retire. People were booing Jericho the whole time. People weren't happy with the decision for Hook to drop the title. I mean, listen, if it happens, Hook is going to be sent to a great developmental system. I'd imagine he'd be an NXT guy initially to start off. I
think he would thrive.
100%. I think he's that perfect, like he's just what NXT is trying to build up right now, and he'd fit in perfectly.
I think he would. I honestly think, and this isn't even like an AEW comment. This isn't a WWE comment. I know tribalism. You know, whether when you start comparing or choosing one over the other, but that's not what this is at all. This is just I think he should go. I think he should go to NXT.
I think he would shine in NXT. And obviously, I know Taz is an AEW, but Taz has ties to WWE. His dad was a big-time wrestler in WWE, so it would be cool to see him follow his dad's footsteps in the sense of going there. And I think he'd be unbelievable.
I think NXT is just like I know they're moving it to be more of like a third brand.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's still not developmental, but it's still the spot for the younger up and coming guys.
No matter how you look at it, like I do like that they're building up as a third brand, and I am more so like seeing it like that. But at the end of the day, NXT is always going to be below Raw and SmackDown. Not below in the sense of like it's not as good. I think NXT is one of the best weekly television shows in wrestling, period. But it's always going to have that. This is where you start off, or if you go down there, it's like that's where you're kind of getting a refresher, like reset button type of thing, building up stars there, which is it's fine.
Which I think that's what makes it so different is that it's this place where you see these new stars for the first time,
right?
You know, like,
and then you can see old guys that again, like we say,
Baron Corbin.
So yeah, I think going back to Hook, I think he would thrive.
I think it'd be sick. I think it would be really cool.
Do we know when his contract is up, or just people are saying it's coming up?
This is a lot of rumors.
Yeah.
Let's see, Hook AEW contract. Oh, Hook plans to explore free agency when expires in 2024.
Later in 2024,
okay.
Says.
All right, so maybe the second half of the year. I don't know.
This year.
But yeah, it'd be cool. I mean, like, and also if he stays in AEW, other than him losing to Jericho, what are you gonna do? But they've treated him solid. I think he has a future in either place.
100%.
I just think it would be cool to see him in an NXT.
I hate to have you Google something again, but how old is Hook?
He's young.
He's gotta be 24.
I think
25.
I was just gonna say 24. It's 23.
If he's younger than me, I'm going to throw up.
Oh, he is, for sure, yeah.
I hate it.
24.
Oh, May 4th. Hey, May babies. Come on now.
Oh, his birthday's coming up.
Yeah, happy early birthday, Hook.
Wow.
Crazy. Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, 24 years old, having the career that he's had already, future's bright no matter where he ends up. So
again, and also, if he goes over to WWE, we're one step closer to Dom versus Hook. We're one step closer.
Happen. You know it's going to happen. Second generation talents.
Give it a couple years.
Yep.
All right, we're going to move over to WWE. We got some big news here. Becky Lynch controversially wins the Women's World Championship in a Battle Royal over, notably, a one Liv Morgan.
All right. Initially, when I saw it, didn't like it.
Pissed.
Didn't like it. No, because I'm like, Becky Lynch just lost to Rhea. Now Rhea's out, and now they give Becky the belt and stuff like that. And I'm like, Liv was super hot going into this, like took out Rhea. Like would make sense for you to put the belt on her. I tweeted out, and for some reason the tweet blew up. I said, WWE could do the funniest thing ever and have Chelsea Green win it, because that would have been a cool transitional champion. I think that would have been it's a battle royal. So like you can pull off stuff like that. But now that time has passed and stuff like that, looking back on it, it makes sense. Obviously, they put it on Becky. She's the solidified star. You can count on her. She's trustworthy. And I think, and other people are saying this, and now that I'm thinking about it more, looking at it from this perspective, I get where people are like, it would be bigger, it would mean more if Liv beat Becky one-on-one to win it and not in a battle royal, which I get, because now we're looking back 2 straight Royal Rumbles, second place. Right. Elimination Chamber, second place. Battle Royal here comes up short again. So
especially since she's doing this whole Liv Morgan revenge tour, right? Kind of adds to it.
So I think it would be. Again, I didn't think of this in the moment, but I think it's like it would make more sense for her character to kind of be like, I keep coming up short. You're kind of playing off of that, but then she gets that big win by pinning Becky. I think that means more for the title, and it means more for her character. So I get it. I initially like Becky. It's okay. It's fine with her winning the belt. I would have liked it if it was maybe someone else, but it's okay. It's okay.
The larger problem, because like that was kind of when Becky won it. I'll kind of give you my 2 cents, but I didn't feel too strongly about. I was just kind of like, yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of the easy answer. It was
answer. The easy person.
It's the safe pick, which I think they just, sometimes just go with the safe pick. But the problem I had is I didn't even love it being crowned in a battle royal. You know what I mean? It's like a battle royal, and they tried playing it up a little bit. We're like, it's the first time in X amount of years since a championship, and I get it. They need to do it in a pinch. They're coming off leading into Mania of already doing a bunch of different tournaments and things like that.
So they want to do something a little different here.
I absolutely get it, and I'm not even saying that there was a better option. I'm just saying it's like, it does stink that like they had to just crown someone real quick in a battle royal, and kind of like you said, Liv winning it like that's to the point of it being a battle royal in the first place. Like it does mean more if someone like Liv, or even if it was Becky winning it or whatever, it does mean more. Period in a match that's not a battle royal.
Yeah, no, I agree. What I am happy about though is that they let them go for a long time. The match was like 30 minutes or something like that. Yeah, so I'm happy. I'm happy it wasn't just a quick like, last 15 minutes of the show, we're gonna have everyone be thrown over really quick, and then we're gonna end it with Nia, Becky, Liv to close it. It was a nice like built up match. There were some stories that were told in it and stuff. Maxine eliminated Candice and Indy.
Yeah, I loved the little pep talk Becky gave Maxine.
We'll
talk about it later, because Maxine coming off like, getting
shit on.
Yeah, getting shit on by Chad, so she's all whatever. And even in general, she's, subject to a lot of criticism. So to have that moment of Becky just being like, hey, like this is your time to prove people wrong and like go show people why you deserve to be out there.
And she did.
Fucking.
Yeah,
she eliminated the 2. Chelsea Green had a cool moment.
She got eliminated and went right back.
She like because the hopped up on the. Yeah, just like
Becky got put through a table by Nia. There was a lot of different things that happened that I think they made the most of the battle royal. I'm with you that like I'm a sucker for a good tournament of like whether it's like brackets or like 2 triple threat matches, winners face each other. But in this case, you get more people involved. They made it work. Yeah. So it is what it is.
Like I said, I already kind of said my 2 cents on the Becky thing, but I didn't think much of it. I think Becky is the solid answer. Like I said, I think it's the safe answer. But when you need to do something real quick like this, like Rhea got hurt out of nowhere, and she was probably gonna hold it for another fucking year.
That's the other thing too. Is like I was under the impression she was gonna hold the belt for at least until SummerSlam at the minimum. So it's like they really had to on the fly come up with something. So kudos to them, I guess.
Yeah, it works. I'm not mad. I think Becky. Becky is. And I don't know if this is a weird comparison, but like, it could, similar to like a couple years ago, John Moxley, where it's like AEW was like, oh fuck, who do we put the title on?
Like,
or fuck, and then just like give it a Mox.
You can count on her.
I guess that's all I'm saying is like you can really rely on Becky. Not to say you can't rely on a Liv, but it's just a little bit more of like the star power, the face, whatever.
I'm with you.
Speaking of new champion, new belts, the new WWE Tag Team Championships look so good.
I love
They
them.
blow the World Tag Team titles out of the
out of the ocean.
Now I'm fine with saying it. The World Tag titles kind of suck.
Compared to these ones,
oh.
I agree. Yeah, though I said this last week. I'm still in the camp of anything's better than what we've had the last 15 years. But these ones that they brought in, they are eerily similar to one, the old SmackDown ones, and then two, the old classic WCW. Yeah, just maybe
new. Add the word new to it. There we go. Oh
no, maybe not.
Keep going.
Yeah, it's very similar to the old SmackDown tag team titles, the one that we grew up with and stuff, and then also the world WWF tag team titles that were held by like the Dudleys, the Hardys, Edge and Christian and stuff. Absolutely beautiful belts. I think. Hold on, go back up.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I was trying to find one that just wasn't a regular.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Woo! Those babies are
good.
Beautiful, and I love how like the WWE, the logo in the middle, it's not too big. It's perfect size.
It's a perfect belt.
It really is
perfect belt. It's so good.
They honestly, I'll be completely honest. You might be the best looking belt in WWE today.
It's up there. It's up there for sure.
We can have an argument. We can fight in the comments about it, but it's up there for sure.
Good, dude. I love the shape, the squareness of it.
Some people are saying maybe if you added a little bit more color, it would add to it. And stuff.
The picture, I'm like some blue, in the,
but
which I'm not mad at.
I'm not mad. That's not what I was when I saw it. That's not my initial thought. I see people are doing edits and whatever, but. Yeah, man, Triple H is cooking with these new belts. I'm curious to see if they actually, because, there have been rumors that like Cody's going to introduce a new belt and stuff like that. I wonder if
he's been teasing.
I wonder if they actually will. People are saying no because they just brought out this gold one last year for Roman. But how I look at it, and I don't know how you feel, whenever I see that belt, that's like Roman's belt. Like they made that belt specifically for Roman. So I was always in the camp of if someone beat him, introduce a new belt and just be like, retire that belt. Not retire it, but like get rid of it and just have a new one completely.
Well, to that, to counter that though, you see what happened, in the mid 2000s when they made the spinner belt for John Cena.
Fair, and they kept it for a while. Also, they have all these outside of like the Endeavor's headquarters. They have the big belt there. They'd have to replace all that shit. So like, it's already such a staple. In the company.
Definitely in the camp of like, I would like them to replace it for sure. And I definitely don't disagree with you that like that is the tribal chief belt, that is the Roman belt. But it's also like. It's the WWE Championship. It's got I don't think they're ever gonna. It has the big fucking logo on it,
Yeah.
Which I'm glad now with the other belts, with like the tag belts and like the IC belt, you're getting less of like the blatant like WWE. But like, I think that's gonna be the one that kind of stays, and that's the obvious marketing one or whatever.
Right. Which it makes sense. And also it's hard to like. You just introduce a new belt. You sell a bunch of them, a bunch of people bought them, and it's like you're gonna release a new one, and it's you have to look at the business side of things too. I think the belt looks great on Cody. I'm not trying to say anything like that, but it's like when I do see that belt, it's hard for me not to think of Roman Reigns.
Are these new tag belts already on sale?
I think they're pre-order. I don't know if they're actually officially on sale yet. You can get the New York Yankees belt.
Yeah, look at that, huh? God, belts are expensive. Oh, there it is. $500, ships free.
Oh wow, free shipping. That's incredible. Orders over $24. Right. Good thing it's $500. I smashed that. Yeah, that's a beautiful belt. I want to get a world championship belt, so I want to buy the classic world heavyweight belt and just hang it up in my office and stuff like that. I've always wanted to get one like that, but.
Yeah, I think like the spinner one is so sick, dude.
My growing up, one of my best friends growing up, we were huge wrestling fans. He got the World Heavyweight Championship as like a gift or whatever, and I remember like a few of the like the jewels, like the red jewels on the side came off, and he was so upset about it. I'm like, that blows. But yeah, there are some good ones. But I don't like the team ones personally. I get it.
Oh, I don't like them either.
I don't like them at all. I understand why they
these are we're looking at the Mets ones and the Dodgers ones, and these look crazy.
I can never imagine buying something like that. Even like Red Sox.
The Orioles one is orange.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Hey, I mean, people buy them, so I mean, you're making money off it. I
like the idea of it. Like, I think it's fun. I just don't know if I would pay $600.
Oh no! I mean, if I had you money, maybe, but I don't have fuck you money.
If I had fuck you money, I'd have 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have 5 Red Sox ones.
If I had fuck you money, that John Cena.
That is cool.
They have some cool.
The old tag titles.
Yeah,
the Patriots one.
They have some cool custom ones for sure.
I want to see the Red Sox one. Go Sox.
Go Sox.
Reds. Bro, I've been not to tangent. I've been like trying to catch a Red Sox game. It's so fucking hard to watch a Red Sox game on TV. I don't have Nessun.
I know. You have to pay for net. I've always thought about paying for it because if you do that, you get Red Sox and Bruins. But the Red Sox suck this year, and the Bruins just started the playoffs, and that's on national TV, so I'm not going to get it now. But yeah, no, it's impossible.
I didn't know the Red Sox. I thought they were decent.
It's early in the season, but like... It's 162 games. At the end of the day, it's gonna level out. Like if we were talking about sports right now, like 5 of their starters are on the IL. Like starting pitcher, first baseman, shortstop, second baseman.
I've been seeing the inside of ITM updates.
Shout out to Joey. Shout out to you, Joey.
I know what's going on.
Listen, I went to 3 Red Sox games last week. I went Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I am good for a little bit. It is fun. I love a good Red Sox game. I really do. They're fun to go to. Get a few drinks, get a few dogs. Come on. I'm
starting on my I don't know if you do this, but I have like a spring/summer like to-do list or what I want to do.
What do you got?
Red Sox game on there.
Gotta be.
And the rest are like local. I don't want to blow up them. Blow up
Come on,
spots.
Tell us.
But yeah, Red Sox game is up there. But anyway, but yeah, I was like, I want to maybe just like casually get into baseball this year.
Let me tell you, you can buy cheap tickets.
Fucking watch. Also that.
What I would recommend to you, and hopefully
it's cheaper just to go to a game than pay for Nessun.
that is honestly very true. Hopefully, no one in the Red Sox organization that works at Fenway is listening to this. But just buy a cheap ticket, and I bet you can move up and sit wherever the fuck you want. I'm being dead serious.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Especially if you name drop. We know Joey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I know Joey Capone. It's funny, the one time when we went last week, I messaged him. I was like, hey, we're here. Like, you want to meet up? He goes, the one time I'm not there. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me, Joey. Shout out to you, Joey.
But yeah, if anyone's got a Nessun plug. Or
if you have your Nessun password, put it in the comments. We can all share.
AJ Styles will face Cody Rhodes at Backlash. He beat LA Knight.
Dream match.
I mean, here we go. Yeah. Hell yeah.
This is going to kick ass.
Fantastic first match for Cody being the champion. Love this.
Give them like 30, 40 minutes, bro. Yeah. Let them fucking cook here. This match is going to be awesome.
AJ's going to win.
I mean, he's got to, right? I mean, first defense, AJ's got to get this. Just like there's more history than people think behind it. Obviously, we talked about it last week. AJ fought Dusty at some point. I'm assuming that's going to get brought up. Has to be brought up.
Yeah. Buy the footage.
Buy the footage. Yeah, come on.
Buy the footage.
That's like a great little thing that you can throw in there. And also Cody said, I think, what was he on? Was he on Broken Skulls? I forget what podcast he was on, but he said, my dream opponent is AJ Styles.
I did hear that.
This is a first time ever match.
That's crazy. That's actually nuts.
I can't, I mean, it makes sense that their paths never cross, but it's crazy to think like, oh wow, they really have never wrestled before. So yeah, this match is going to kick all kinds of ass.
Awesome Truth defend the World Tag Team titles against DIY. At the end of the match, Johnny Gargano shaking hands, being all buddy-buddy. Ciampa does not shake anyone's hand, walks out. I don't know if it's the split of DIY, but maybe a DIY heel turn.
I would hope it's just a heel turn because they can't
split.
If they split them, I just don't know how that would work for either.
They're more not. They just had a World Tag Title match. So they're doing solid. But they're still not.
No, they're not.
Still not the guys.
I hope
if they split, that's even more fucking dead in the water.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's like they also like they just kind of got put back together. So it's like I think a heel DIY, if there's gonna be something that gets them to that next level and gets them to those like reaching those expectations like where they were in NXT. Heel DIY could be the way to do it.
I agree.
But yeah, I'm planting the seeds for that.
It'd be more interesting, I'll tell you that.
100%. Yeah.
Gunther declares for King of the Ring.
King Gunther,
which I kind of missed this. When is King of the? What is
May? I think it's the day before Double or Nothing. It's in Saudi.
Is it a
it's
separate?
In Saudi.
Oh, that's what it is.
King and Queen of the, yeah.
Is this a new like they've announced this
a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago?
Oh wow, this
they
was
showed
not
they showed
radar.
a thing for it at WrestleMania. So at least by WrestleMania they had it. Yeah,
wow,
I think
this missed me.
Day before Double or Nothing. Yeah, wow. King and Queen of the Ring.
Wow.
King Gunther has a good ring to it.
I think I mean, like, especially if you're not. I think it's too early to get him into the world title picture. So, like, a King of the Ring stint and win is, like, the perfect, like, transition from IC champ into, I really like that.
For a little bit, and then eventually you can put him into that championship picture.
However, I would love Woods being a 2 or 3, would be a 2 or 3 time, whatever it is.
Yeah,
King of the Ring.
I think it would be cool if, like, however they do the tournament, I'm assuming it's like single elimination, how they usually do it. Gunther Woods in the finals or something like that. Gunther Xavier Woods defending his King of the Ring. Gunther win. I mean, Gunther has to win it. There's no way. There's no way he's gonna lose. I mean, he can't get pinned after losing to Sammy. I also liked. If I don't know if you watched his full promo. I love how he was like, for 2 years, like I had the weight of like the prestige of the title building up and stuff. For 2 years, I was the hunted. Now I'm the hunter, and he thanked Sammy. He goes, "You took that responsibility. A weight's been lifted off my shoulder."
Now.
He goes, "Like I did what I had to do with the belt. Thank you, Sammy. Now I'm moving on."
Yeah.
He's moving on to bigger and better things. He did what he did.
666 days.
Whew, crazy.
Yeah.
Dude. This next era of Gunther is gonna be one for the books, man.
Yeah.
He's we can spend all day talking about how great he is, but I think this is gonna be the perfect thing for him before he gets the world championship picture, like you said.
And let's say he does win King of the Ring. I think he would do something subtle. Like I don't see him walking around with a crown.
No.
I don't see him change his name to King Gunther.
He's not wearing a freaking the whatever you call it.
I think he would do something very tasteful that's also just like, fuck you, I am the King of the Ring.
Maybe like
whatever
on his
that
tights
is.
or something like that. He has something written on it.
I don't know what it could be, or like a ring or something would be cool. I don't know. Or he does wear like a crown. I don't know.
Right. I mean, he's professional. With the ring and stuff, ring general. So yeah, be interesting to see what they do.
Also, Drew McIntyre declared himself for the King of the Ring tournament.
Did he?
So he's also
okay.
So that's also someone to look.
Yeah, him and Sheamus had a great back and forth.
They did.
He was like, we've had banger after banger after banger. You mean burger after burger? I love how they're feeding into it, and Sheamus is a good sport about it too and stuff. But I'm excited. I think they're eventually going to have a match, whether that's during King of the Ring or post another pay-per-view, whatever.
I think it'll be the feud probably leading into King of the Ring, I would imagine.
Yeah, that too.
The one line I didn't like was, I can lose the weight, you can't lose the stupid or something, which was just like, that felt, I was like, damn.
When he said to Sheamus, he made a weight comment or whatever, and Sheamus started laughing and stuff like that. He started breaking. He goes, "You've gotten really good at those one-liners." I thought that was really good. That was really good.
To end out this little segment, New Day defeats Imperium for the 100th time, and then Gunther walks out in frustration, and then Ludwig Kaiser turns on Giovanni Vinci, beating the shit.
He did beat the shit out of him. Yeah, I liked how brutal the turn was. I just like they've been kind of teasing it, I guess, for a little bit, but like, I don't know. I think maybe if they replace Vinci, like maybe someone else comes in and they keep Imperium going. It's just like, I don't know if that was a tag team. That was like I know they don't win all the time, but like
it was like one of the only like teams that are teams,
and a good trio. Like you have the leader and then the two. So it was like, to me, and we've said like maybe it was too early they did it. Like
I don't even know if they ever needed to do it.
I don't think
I'm not either. like
they never even won a championship.
Call me crazy as I
think that was a missed opportunity too.
Call me crazy. I'm not that, and they're both great workers, but I'm not that. I'm not amped up for Ludwig versus Vinci. You know,
and I feel bad for Vinci because at least with Ludwig, like comparatively, both of them, I think Ludwig has more potential to be like
he's
a
the
single
Sean
star
for sure.
But like, I feel bad for Vinci because he'll come back, they'll have their whatever.
Yeah.
But then what? I just don't think Vinci has done enough for people to one care about him, two for him to set himself aside as a single star. I hope it works out for him.
Yeah.
Because they did back in NXT when Imperium separated and stuff like that. Vinci did his own thing, and he was doing like a Vogue photo shoot gimmick.
Oh, okay, I kind of remember
ring
this.
and they do like still shots and stuff.
Yeah.
So like they tried doing something, and then they brought Imperium back, and he went back with them. I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not excited about it.
Could be one that gets sent back to NXT. And draft is tomorrow. So
it is tomorrow. Yeah, first night.
You know.
Also about the draft, do you see that this champions stay put? So that means Cody is going to be on SmackDown.
Oh, and let me wrap up this
Gunther,
because I do want to talk about the draft. So just to finish up this Gunther thing, the silver lining of this is, fortunately, Gunther is at a place where he doesn't need Imperium. I don't think it does help. I think it helps the aura, helps the character. I like the trios.
He put the hit out.
Yeah, it's true too. So, and also like Ludwig went backstage, and it was just like, you know, he was like, I took care of him, and Gunther was like, good. So going forward, maybe it's just the two of them. Even I don't know. I don't.
Maybe they go after the tag team championships while Gunther's king of the ring.
Be crazy.
They could do that. That'd be nuts. That wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's gonna work. Like it seems like it works for everyone except Vinci is the one that's like, ooh, what's gonna happen?
100%.
But yeah, so we can talk about the draft. The draft is starting. I did see the whole list of roles, but reiterate what you were saying with the.
So the champions are set. They're staying on their brand. So like the World Heavyweight Championship, Damian Priest, and the World Tag Team Championship, Awesome Truth, and Intercontinental title, Sami Zayn, they stay on Raw. And then you have Cody Rhodes, WWE Champion, Logan Paul, US, Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, Tag Team Champion, stay on SmackDown. Which is, they've never done that before.
Women's Tag Team Championships are eligible, though.
Eligible to go anywhere. Oh, and then also the women's belts stay on their respective brands, too.
Which makes sense. They just solidified them. They just all got new names. And it's
right.
Like,
I mean, it makes sense of like, because that's been the issue. And they did fix it. Like, there's no Raw Tag Team belts, SmackDown Tag Team belts, Raw Women's Champs, SmackDown. So it's like, if they did do that, at least they have that. Like, okay, these belts aren't tied to these shows. But I agree. They just introduced them. They're just solidifying them. Let them stay on these brands. But I think it's pretty. It's cool, but also it's like we're not going to see like the anticipation of where's Cody going to get drafted.
Yeah.
Where's the Judgment Day going to get? You know what I mean?
That is always fun when they like. I get like they solidified it. Cody is gonna stay on SmackDown. But it is always fun to like, you know, get like, whoa, Cody's now on Raw. Whoa, you know what I mean? Like, and obviously like Roman Reigns is eligible. Like there's still big names that are eligible. I'm very interested to see who goes where because a business side of things, Raw is going to be on Netflix next year. I would imagine. Oh, if you think this draft is holding weight until
no,
next year.
What I'm saying is like I feel like they would want their biggest stars when it starts, like Roman Reigns, the Bloodline being on Raw and stuff.
I could fully see if Cody's on SmackDown. I could fully see Roman going to Raw.
At the same time, if SmackDown has the first pick, who the hell is being picked over Roman?
Yeah,
right.
That's a good
so
point.
that's where the other side
you can't choose a champion,
right? So it's like I'd imagine, unless they pick the women's tag team, we want more championships in our brand. But yeah, I don't know. With that logic, Roman, I would imagine is going to be the first overall pick. So like keep him on SmackDown. But yeah, I was kind of thinking that business side of things, he could go to Raw. But
yeah, so SmackDown will get 16 total. Or I'm sorry, on SmackDown there will be 16 total picks. Following Monday on Raw, there'll be 24 total picks. SmackDown will pick first on Friday. Raw will pick first on Monday. Rosters lock May 6th, whatever that means.
They're locking it in.
So
I remember they used to have the draft on TV, and then they'd have I forget what they would call it, supplemental draft, I think.
They would do, yeah.
On the website, they would announce I
hope they don't. Well, I don't care if they do that.
That could be for people that aren't on weekly television, just like fillers, whatever.
Who do we think's going down to? Sorry, not down. Over to NXT.
That's a good question. I actually saw your tweet, and I did want to bring it up because I know you didn't like it. But Shinsuke, I know, I get it. I get where you're coming from and stuff. But I think it would make sense and it would work for him to go to NXT. Because if he's staying on the main roster, he's going to keep doing what you were saying.
Yeah.
You hear his music, he's probably going to lose, right? I think if you put him back in NXT, I mean, they're trying to make it legit again. Who could help make it the most who could really help build that up? I think Shinsuke is a guy that could do it, and he'd be treated so well in NXT, I think.
I don't dislike the fact that he would be he'd be an NXT black and gold veteran. I like that idea. I think they could run with that. However, and again, I get that it's not really a step down. I get it. If he was younger and if he hasn't had a world title match at WrestleMania, then I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
Because you got your Baron Corbins.
Right.
And Baron Corbin has absolutely benefited from it. I don't think that Shinsuke wouldn't not benefit from it. I just think I don't know. He's just not currently is, but he was a top guy. He was main eventing pay-per-views. He had world title matches. Never won a world title, so that's that's the problem.
No, I get that,
but I don't know. It's still, I think it's just, I don't know. It does feel like I don't know.
I think wrestlers like him who have kind of been on losing streaks or just kind of been floating around, being fed to people that are debuting, he fought Ilya and stuff like that, Sheamus return and stuff. I think guys like him that are in those positions should be put on NXT. And obviously, I think NXT, Braun Breaker, Carmelo, Ilya is going to get called up and stuff. So, you're losing 3 massive names. You replace them with someone like Shinsuke. I think that kind of helps fill the gaps.
Like I said, I'd be more for it if he was. I guess if he was just a little young, because right now he does seem on his veteran shit.
Yeah, right.
He
does live in Florida, and he would be would be stationed down in Florida he's in the fucking army or something.
He would get to surf a lot more.
He would get to surf at least 6 days of the week.
Honestly, that alone.
So he honestly might want.
He honestly might ask.
He might honestly be like, "Hey, put me down at NXT, not because I want to wrestle there.
Go.
God, please, Triple H."
With that alone sways me a lot.
Right?
More.
I mean,
at the end of the day, I want Shinsuke to be happy and surfing his little heart away.
And if that's what makes him happy, then that's what makes him happy.
With that said, I'm a little more for it.
All right, you convinced me.
You sold
Shinsuke
me.
to NXT. But yeah, that's who those people, wrestlers in that group, I think would benefit from being.
I can't even really think of
Karrion Kross and Authors of Pain showed up in NXT last week.
He doesn't count. He's already there. Right. You know what I mean? He'll probably get drafted for the sake of it being official.
Sure. I'm trying to think who else.
Off the top of my head, I don't know.
Yeah, put in the comments who you think should go down to NXT. But yeah, I like people in that realm, I think.
We kind of mentioned it earlier, but Chad Gable verbally rips through Alpha Academy, goes at Maxine, goes at Tozawa, said Otis is the biggest disappointment of them all. But at the end of the day, begrudgingly, they all pledged allegiance to Chad Gable. So they're sticking with him. Yep. We got Alpha Academy sticking with him. I'm glad they did this because that was the biggest question mark of what's going to happen to his silly shoosh group, you know? Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that, not that the whole group turned heel, but I like that it was the 3 of them being we're lost without you. We trust you this far. We don't agree with what you're doing, but what other option do we have than to stick with you? And that leading into later with Maxine being bummed and Becky giving her the pep talk was really good. But yeah, it's just another really solid step in this Chad Gable heel thing.
I like how he was ripping them apart, and then it was but that's what you're here for, right? For constructive criticism and everything.
Right.
Tozawa, you come in here, you do your stupid dance, and you lose, you rack up loss after loss. Maxine, what he said, you're pretty.
I forget what he said.
So he said she was like pretty but dumb as rocks.
Yeah,
and then Otis was like my biggest disappointment and stuff like that. And like I think there was rumors about the Creed brothers potentially being brought
I know,
in and
yeah,
stuff.
I saw
I
that.
can see it to being a point where like they're doing this and like they still aren't living up to his expectation. He goes, "Well, you can't do it for me. I got some replacements."
I think that's gotta be the inevitable. I get that they didn't want to jump the gun and do it too fast. But I don't know. I wouldn't mind if I like the idea now if they're keeping the Alpha Academy theme and now it's like, that's what you're here for. I'm here to train you in this way now.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's kind of cool.
And it's like, you're going to help me win the Intercontinental Championship. It's all about Gable now.
That's what he said. It's all about Gable.
I like it.
I like it too.
I like that side of him. I think we're going to be in for an incredible era of Chad Gable here.
I agree. And that's we skipped around some stuff. That was like all the beats I had, but just to,
that's the rundown. We missed anything?
The Undertaker would like to see a Women's Intercontinental Championship and a Women's United States Championship be introduced in WWE.
I did see that.
That's interesting.
That's a lot of belts. A lot of belts there. I mean, we've talked about it before.
Jimmy Uso sidelined with an injury.
Did see that. That's why they took him out. Oh, also Jacob Fatu is rumored his debut is imminent, so it's going to happen at any time. People were saying it could happen this Friday, but with the draft going on, they might hold off a little bit because it's kind of like it's all about the draft.
I saw something about that, like there were plans for him to debut in the draft, but then they pulled the plug and it's not going to happen.
They don't need to rush it.
That's kind of whatever I saw. That's kind of what it was saying. It was like they got him in his back pocket. The bloodline stuff is very meticulously scheduled out.
Yeah, they don't need to rush it.
They just introduced Tama Tonga.
Yeah. Let me get his shot.
So we haven't even seen a Tama Tonga match
the
yet.
Fucking Kevin Owens beat down, bro. When they threw him out, he was all bloody, and then they tried fucking hitting him with the car and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This bloodline, this Solo Sikoa's version of the bloodline's fucking serious. Very serious. They're using blood, but it makes sense. They're using it to really intensify things.
I'm thinking, what are we thinking? Maybe Tama Tonga Kevin at Backlash.
They need to give him
cool.
a big debut match.
Yeah.
Against a solid guy like Kevin Owens. I think that would, and Kevin he's a made man, so I think you could have him put over Tonga. I mean, Tonga is also a made man in New Japan and stuff. I mean, he's a huge star in his own right. But yeah, man, I'm very excited. This bloodline thing it's picking up. It's picking up. Also, we didn't mention NXT. Shout out Trick fucking Williams. Yeah. Whoop that Trick, new NXT champion. Hell fucking yeah, dude. Trick Williams.
I meant to. Funny you said. I meant to have that at the top when I because it was Swerve new champ, Becky new champ, Trick new champ.
We're ending on a high note.
Yeah,
here.
I'm glad you brought
Trick
it up.
Williams,
Hell
man,
yeah.
One of the most popular wrestlers, one of the most over wrestlers in wrestling today. Very well deserved. Him and Ilya put on a fucking banger of a match. I don't know if you caught any of it. They actually uploaded the whole video onto YouTube. Man, they both burned the house down.
Yeah.
That was kind of Ilya got a backstage, got a send off, so that was kind of his last NXT match.
It felt like the final transition to the new era with, I'd imagine, Ilya, Carmelo, Braun, Tiffany's already called up.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, all them getting... Braun's already kind of called up too. But like with the draft, everyone being solidified in the main roster, those four, at minimum 3 of the 4, but I think all 4 of them, that Trick win feels like the passing of the torch, 100%. The next era.
Trick beat Carmelo, sent him to the main roster, and Trick beat Ilya. Because if Trick lost, he was gone from NXT.
Right.
So it was like something had to give. But yeah, super well deserved. Shout out Trick Williams. Very excited to see what he does with the belt.
Yeah,
hopefully he has a solid run with it.
It seems like he's gonna have a lengthy run for sure. I mean, the crowd fucking
place. You could see when they filmed it. You could see the camera shaking and stuff because of how loud it was. Yeah, such a cool moment. he's leading the new era of NXT. He's leading it into post draft and stuff like that. So I'm happy. I'm happy for him.
Kevin Owens posted his Cameo link, and I was just gonna run through some prices, but that sounds like a game to me. Guess the wrestler by their Cameo price.
That's not a bad.
Or like guess the wrestler's Cameo price. So if anyone out there wants to make us a guess the wrestler by their Cameo price, because there's like 30 wrestlers on there. That'd be pretty good.
I remember. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's a new thing, because I think years ago it was a whole thing of like wrestlers can't do things to make their own money under contract.
Right.
I think now it's a little different. Triple H.
Yeah, they're streaming on Twitch now. For sure.
Yeah, no, that'd be a
good quiz. So if anyone makes it this far, and you know
where to send it, SCWquiz@gmail.
Well, that is our show.
I think Sophie's knocking. I
really?
To knock.
All right, we'll wrap this up then.
All right.
Or you can.
You sign off. I'm going to come in. I'll do the thing.
Okay. I'll go slow. Thank you for watching. Go check out. The We Wrestled video. Our debut wrestling match is live on the channel now. Again, thank you for those that already watched. Leave your comments. We appreciate it. That was fast. Where is she? Still walking in?
She's coming in.
Anyway,
hey there.
Follow us and everything. Subscribe. You know what to do. Beanies are going to be on sale. Whether the shop.clutchpoints.com, whether the price is just slashed, or there's a promo code. Not sure which is happening. One of those two will happen. So if you want to get a beanie, kind of stock up, get it cheaper for next year when it gets kind of colder. Do that. They'll be cheaper soon.
Yeah, we'll let you know. We'll keep you updated.
Thank you for listening. Until then, we'll see you all week. Goodbye.
Have a good one. Peace.